Mga kaibigan, mga ka-PPD, mga ka-wrestling at mga ka-podcast, gusto niyo bang malaman kung paano kami nakikipag-collab sa mga brands in the MT Show podcast? We use Podmetrics, the easiest way to monetize your podcast. If meron kang podcast, sign up now at podmetrics.co and use my code DMTGShowPod to get full control on how you monetize your show regarding of its size. Again, sign up now at podmetrics.co and use my code DMTGShowPod. If you're an advertiser who wants to collab with us, head on over to advertiser.podmetrics.co and fill up the form. Again, Podmetrics, the easiest way to monetize your podcast. Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the MTG Show Podcast. It's Thursday. You know what that means. Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the MTG Show Podcast. Powered by Podmetrics. Yan. So, welcome to the show, folks. It's been a long time. Ulit na naman. Lagi na ako it's been a long time. Di naman ako nag-break. Pero I don't know what the hell it's going on right now. Pero sigurado ko guys, sigurado ko this Monday Manila time is the Royal Rumble na kung saan isa na naman pong road to WrestleMania ang ating madadatnan for the 37th time. For God's sake. So, on today's episode, we're going to talk about a lot of things. First thing is the Peacock WWE deal with Peacock NBC. And then we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about Ryback a little bit. We're going to talk about typical Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever it is. AEW Dynamite for some news. Right there, NXT UK, yung match nila Kaylee Ray and Guinea. And other stuff na pwede kong i-share sa inyo. Kung may oras pa tayo, kung may iniisip pa akong shit, we're going to talk about on this podcast. So, pasensya na kami difficulties. First thing, bago tayo magsimula. And, ayan. So, first thing we want to say before we start this podcast, thank you for supporting this podcast, mostly for all of the fans here, and all of the platforms, and all of the podcast networks, whatever it is, kung sino-sino sila, I don't know. So, bago tayo mag-umpisa, syempre, may Shopee link still available on all year long. Kasi malapit na naman ang sale. After ng Royal Rumble, mag-add to cart na kayo ng mga pwede nyong bilhin. Pero bago kayo mag-check out, syempre, pindutin nyo muna yung link ko or type nyo muna, that's tinyurl.com/tmtgspx-ShopeePH. So, doon, bago kayo mag-check out, pindutin nyo muna yung link and then diretso kayo sa Shopee app. And pag nag-check out kayo, syempre, i-deliver yan sa inyo. Guarantee ko naman, darating yan sa bahay nyo. And then, may makukuha akong konting commission from Podmetrics and, of course, Shopee for supporting the podcast para magtuloy-tuloy tayo dito here in the podcast. So, and also, Podmetrics, Alam mo natin yan, that's the easiest way to monetize your podcast. If meron kang podcast, sign up now at podmetrics.co and use my code DMTG Show Podcast, DMTG Show Pod, to get full control on how you monetize your show regarding of its size. So, if ikaw naman ay isang advertiser who wants to collab with Podmetrics, head on over to advertiser.podmetrics.co and fill up the form. Again, Podmetrics is the easiest way to monetize your podcast. So, let's continue with the regular programming, shall we? Let's start with the major news of the week. That's for the US fans na wala na tayong WWE Network in the US. So, they're going to kill the WWE Network. In the US lang, paalala, baka may mag-react na Filipino fans. Hindi po mawawala ang WWE Network sa atin if you're Filipino citizen na nakikisali sa issue sa mga nangyari sa Peacock. Issue na to with Podmetrics, with WWE and Peacock. So, ang napagkasundoan, that's a 1 million multi-year contract with Peacock na kung saan ilalagay na po yung content ng WWE Network sa platform na Peacock. And then, simula doon sa March 18, 2021, Peacock Premium will be the new home of WWE Network. For the half of price na pwedeng bayaran ng subscribers. So, that's $499. Pwede nang ma-access ng lahat ng fans yung mga WWE event plus everything currently available on the platform, yung mga SNL, especially mga mga NBC shows. Di ko tanda ko nung lahat ng content doon. The Office ata andon. Tapos, lahat makakuha na ng access doon sa mga naka-premium for $499. Ayun, ang napagkasunduan niya, multi-year contract for $1 billion. And then, so, yun lang. So, nag-launch ang Peacock pala is in July 2020. Parang nag-change na tayo ng sistema if you're from US. Mas maganda na siguro yung way dito sa Peacock, mas mura. If you're a US citizen. If you're a Filipino who wants to use Peacock, you can use Peacock pa din. Parang mas madali pa ata mag-Peacock. Kasi $499 lang ang Peacock. That's $250 here in the Philippines. And then, kumpara mo sa WWE Network na alos 500 pesos. Sayang din yon. So, yung deal will start on March 18. And then, andito na halos lahat. And then, meron daw annual sinecure documentary na ilalabas dito sa Peacock in the WWE Network Peacock. So, ito, makakasave ka ng halos $5 if you're going to sign with Peacock starting March 18. And then, yung ad-free naman, syempre, may ads. Meron ding walang ads. So, yung may walang ads, that's Peacock Premium Plus, will be available to the US for $999. Pwede ka rin mag-sign up on any platforms as long as you're a US citizen sa WWE Network part nito. Hindi lang naman WWE mo mapapanood mo dito. So, that's a big deal actually for US citizens. If you want to watch WWE on Peacock, make sure, if you're Filipino, maggumamit ka na ng VPN para sure. Yung stable na VPN, hindi yung pipitsugin na anytime mapuputol agad yung feed mo if you're watching a WWE content, if you're watching an SNL, if you're watching a content na mapapanood mo sa WWE Network on Peacock. So, ganun. Parang mas convenient to, mas mura ng konti. $5 din yun. Malaki din ang $5 sa US, I think. So, parang naka-menos ka talaga here if you're going to buy the $4.99 premium for Peacock. So, bago tayo magpatuloy sa WWE, syempre, I want to explain my superstar of the week. Kasi, andun na rin tayo sa subject. So, first, ito yung rankings ko kasi pinost ko yung rankings last Sunday. And ito yun. Ito yun ay nag-umpisa ng last week SmackDown to last week SmackDown. Ito. Alam mo ba? Roman Reigns is the number 1 obviously because of his way how to manipulate almost everybody in the roster, I think. Parang na-control niya yung utak ni Pierce, na-control niya halos lahat. And then yung part siguro last week na nagburol sila ni Roman, ni Owens, I love that shit though. Pero ang konting problema lang talaga dito, ang plus ko lang talaga siguro na nakikita ngayon is parang bumitable na yung run na to ni Roman. Parang pwedeng matalo to anytime eh. Parang this Roman Reigns is built to lose something siguro. If pagkatalo to, malaking kawalan sa kay Roman, especially in this tribal chief stable with Jey Uso, Apollo Crews, I think, and Paul Heyman. Napakalaking kawalan nitong si Roman pagkatalo yung title niya. Pero I guess hindi pa naman matatalo for now. Pero let's see kung ano pa yung pwede mangyari. And then number 2 is Moose. Just because of his performance at Hard to Kill. Kasama yung Hard to Kill dito sa explanation ko. That's why. So, maganda yung performance dito ni Moose. Parang he stole the show. Unlike their mismong world champion na si Rich Swann, parang mas nakita natin ng matino yung naging performance dito ni Swann kumpara kay Moose, mas nakita natin kaysa kay Rich Swann. Nagulo na ako, bisit. And then number 3 is Timothy Thatcher. I love his match on the Fight Pit. Mamaya natin i-explain sa NXT review yung mga nangyari sa Fight Pit niya. Konti lang naman tong NXT natin this week kasi medyo naninibaguhan pa ako doon sa naninibaguhan pa ako doon sa typical na nangyari kasi nga may Dusty Rhodes Cup and hindi naman siguro sobrang big deal to since malakas pa yung momentum ng nila Danny Burch. Kaya parang kahit sino yung manalo dito, matatalo rin nila Burch. Parang ganun yung plano. So, let's continue with the women's since may women's din tayo. So, number 1, that's Alexa Bliss. Kasi dahil dun sa way how she dominated the show last week. Parang grabe yun. Yung simula dun sa playground hanggang sa match with Asuka, kitang-kita natin how she dominated that thing. I love that, man. Sana mag-improve pa dun sa mga susunod na episode. Pati this week's episode, partida, isasama ko na. But, still, it remains the same. Alexa Bliss. So, number 2 natin is Kaylee Ray, the NXT UK Women's Champion. I love the match with Jinny. Though may konting flaws na ako nakikita about Kaylee Ray about today na I think hindi pa siya nagto-turn face kasi alam naman natin sa WWE yung logic na if you are a heel and kakalabanin mo ay isang heel, magpo-force ka siguro na mag-turn into a twinner or a face kasi si Kaylee Ray di ko pa siya nakikitang mag-face ulit since ICW days and siguro hindi pa tayo pupunta sa isang face turn ni Kaylee Ray since heel si Jinny dito. And I don't think pupunta tayo doon for now. And then, number 3, actually, panggulo lang talaga to. Pero sinama ko siya because I love her actions last Friday and last Friday. That's Billie Kay. I love parang natitripan ko talaga yung role niya lately eh. Hindi ko lang siya mapure kasi alam niyo naman waste of time pag pinag-usapan natin siya sa reviews. Pero maganda tong part na to ni Kaylee Ray. I love that. Yun lang muna sa akin. And then, let's move on to Monday Night Raw. So, Monday Night Raw, basically, that's the fall to Royal Rumble. Final show before the Royal Rumble. So, first thing ito, napansin ko, parang itong show nila ngayon, parang nagtatrato siya na isang 2-hour show in a 3-hour show. Parang they are giving us a 2-hour show na hindi kayang ibigay ng WWE na nabibigay nila sa 3 hours. Wait lang. Oh, magulo. Ulitin ko. Parang yung binibigay nila sa atin is just a 2-hour show na puro segue over and over. And then, in a 3-hour show, ang daming commercials nun. And, that's ridiculous to me. Parang, tinatrato niya tong show na to in a 2-hour show, not a 3-hour show. Kasi, you know what? Fuck that 3-hour show. Pero ako, sasang-ayon ako na dapat maging 2-hour show na lang itong Monday night. Parang wala na ring reason to put the third hour kasi wala na rin namang masyadong nagamit sa third hour nila. And wala na rin masyadong interesting stories pagtapak natin ng third hour. Recently, Alexa Bliss, yun lang siguro yung interesting. Pero it remains the same na hindi na sobrang interesting ng Raw since maglagay sila ng third hour. Parang yung third hour nila is more on a display na lang ganun. Pero, yun, ganun. So, ito, titingnan natin ng konti yung Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Nagharap sila on this episode. Pero, it's not special kasi hindi ko parang I don't feel na Roman or Drew McIntyre is going to drop his title to Goldberg. Parang feeling ko if they're going to push Goldberg to win the championship, parang feeling ko that's for the nostalgia. Nostalgia kasi laging iniisip ni Vince, especially para makahatak sila ng ratings for USA Network, and that's the way how they're going to do it. Parang hindi naman big deal si Goldberg. What the hell is going here? Ano yung pinaggagawa niya dito? I don't get the point. Pero ano bang meron? Bakit kailangan nila ng Goldberg almost every year? What the hell? Anong meron kay Goldberg na wala sa ibang talents? They can push talents. They can push full-timers like Keith Lee, like Sheamus, like John Morrison, like sino-sino pa, sila Ricochet, like Retribution. And then what the hell? They're just giving us Goldberg every time, anywhere, doing things money-wise. Parang they're just giving us a shit. Parang binibigyan lang nila tayo ng kasitan para lang mapagkasya yung mga segments in a 3-hour show, which is stupid. Pero ano pa ba yung maaasahan natin if as long as Vince McMahon runs that show? Wala. Full of bunch of shit. Yan lang, bunch of shit. And then let's add the Retribution thing, since medyo interesting yung Retribution. Parang feeling ko Retribution is going to feud against the New Day during the road to WrestleMania and the WrestleMania itself. Feeling ko ganun na mangyayari at WrestleMania. And then parang ito yung revenge kasi sila yung isa sa mga highlights, especially Kofi na 2019 nga yung sa Coffee Mania. Parang they're going to give revenge on the Kofi, especially si Mustafa Ali. Yun, ganun ang lumalabas right now on their storyline. And then naman yung isa pang storyline na medyo interesting is the Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton, The Fiend storyline na medyo meron ng climax. I think ito na yung climax. Napakita na nila yung in-RKO ni Randy Orton si Alexa Bliss bago after nata ng during the match versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. So the title is technically retained by disqualification. And then lumabas nga si Orton, RKO. That's the end of the show. That's it. And ang weird lang ng feeling na yun. And then final thoughts for this episode. Iyon, yung ito yung gusto kong stories in 2021 in WWE. Yung they're going to put edgy storylines to hook ratings up back to its place. Parang gusto nila magbawi ng ratings dito. So they got a Lacey Evans and Ric Flair storyline na kahit ayaw ng tao, for sure papanoorin yung storyline na yun. And I love the way they're going to do with it. Parang feeling ko mayroong isa talagang problema na isang problema. Meron talagang push na makikita dito. Pustahan tayo. May mapupush dito si Lacey Evans. At least nagkaka-TV time si Ric Flair and mapuput over ni Charlotte si Lacey Evans. So I love the storyline basically. And wag sanang mapunta sa outcome na shit. Kasi madidismay ako ng sobra if shit yung nangyari on this storyline. Pero let's see pa din kung anong pwedeng mangyari on this storyline. Basta ito, sure ko, this storyline runs because of parang hahatak lang sila ng fans. Ganon. Hahatak lang sila ng comedy stuff. Ganon. By the storyline with Ric Flair and Lacey Evans. Hahatak lang ng libog. So yun, let's move on to SmackDown since SmackDown is the better show than Raw right now. Konting highlights lang for SmackDown. So, SmackDown opens with Roman Reigns obviously calling out Adam Pearce. Parang nagrarant siya about parang binubuhat niya na sa likod yung WWE. And then, he called out Adam Pearce nga. And naghamon ata si Paul Heyman ng isang match versus Adam Pearce. And Adam Pearce accept the challenge like a man. And then parang ang nangyari nga dito is mamaya malalaman niyo kung anong nangyari. So let's move on to another segment na medyo interesting sa akin. So Charlotte and Asuka came to SmackDown to compete against the Riot Squad, and syempre andun nga si Billie Kay na medyo magulo pa din, nagugulo pa din. I love the gimmick na ginagawa niya ngayon. Parang magulo siyang hindi ko mapaliwanag ng ayos here in the pod, but for sure if you're watching SmackDown, magkakaroon kayo ng interest dito kay Billie Kay and her run. Mas maganda pa yung run niya so far kaysa kay Peyton, despite the fact na parang binibuild talaga nila na wrestler tong si Peyton, unlike Billie Kay. And I love that segment though. Pero ang problema lang, what's next for Billie Kay? Ano pa yung gusto nyong kay Billie Kay? I hope na bumalik siya sa Raw. Anything is possible naman. Mag-reunion sila ni Peyton. Kasi Peyton is nothing without Billie and Billie is nothing without Peyton. That's the end of the story. And then, nagkaroon ng obstacle challenge. Obviously, Bayley versus Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair wins the obstacle course match. And then after the match, syempre, typical Bayley, a sore loser. She attacked Belair during the match. After the match though. And then, parang nag-set out ato sa isang match. I don't know kung kailan. Baka sa Friday. And then, ito na yung huli siguro. So, Sami Zayn, nagwewelga pa rin siya ngayon kasi talong ka siya kay Apollo Crews. Hindi siya mali sa talo yun. And then, so, nag-interfere siya during the match for the IC title ni Big E at saka ni Apollo Crews. So, parang naglilid do sa isang triple threat match either sa isang pay-per-view before WrestleMania or sa WrestleMania itself. Parang ganun. Parang ganun yung magiging build ng storyline na to ni Biggie as IC champion, or they're going to drop the title at EC or Fastlane, and then they're going to give Biggie a moment at WrestleMania for the big appearance, ganun. Parang malaking moment to him. And that's it. Last thing before we move on to other segments. Yung last nag-brawl nga obviously si Roman and si Owens here in the last segment. Ito nga yung sinasabi ni Adam Pearce na subject to change. Card subject to change. And Heyman mocked Adam Pearce because of that thing. Parang lumabas bigla si Roman, in-assault niya si Pearce. Basically, lumabas din si Owens out of nowhere. And then, nag-brawl sila doon, natapos yung show on the Papa Powerbomb on the table. Parang first time natin ulit nakikita si Roman na parang variable siya. Parang pwede siyang matalo anytime. Parang malaki na siyang, wala na siyang threat. Hindi na siya malaking threat on na shows. Pero pag pay-per-view, nag-iiba yung nagiging Superman siya. Parang gano'n. So yun, let's move on to NXT. Konti lang naman to. NXT this week is the continuation of the Dusty Cup Tag Team Classic. Ito na yung final for the quarterfinals. That's Undisputed Era versus Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. And then they also meron ding Kushida and Leon Ruff versus GYB. And then MSK and Drake Maverick and Killian Dane in a match then. And then Lucha House Party and Legado del Fantasma. So probably by this week's 205 Live, alam na natin kung ano yung semifinals for the Dusty Cup. And for the women's, meron na rin silang bracket. Wait lang, tignan ko yung bracket. May bracket na rin sa Women's Dusty Cup na between, wait lang, hindi ko nakita yung bracket. Basta may bracket na rin sila doon. Nakapasok na yung The Ninjas. Hindi ko kaya sila Casey Catanzaro and si Kaden Carter. And I think the way nakapasok na din doon sa second round ng Women's Dusty Cup. And then on NXT UK, Kaylee Ray defeated Jeannie to retain her title in a 15-minute classic match. It's not a classic ending. Hindi siya yung sobrang ending kasi parang may seeds pa na magtutuloy pa yung feud na kaya hindi siya clean ending for Kaylee Ray. Pero feeling ko anytime soon, they're going to drop the title to Jeannie. And then Jeannie is going to be defeated by Piper Niven or if Valkyrie, if she can compete on that thing. So, next is, ano pa ba ang pwede natin pag-usapan sa NXT? So, NXT basically is ano pa ba ang tawag doon? Ito kasing NXT na to this week is ang only reason lang kung ba't ko pinanood to is yung Fight Pit. Pero hindi ko na pinanood yung mga Dusty Cup matches kasi alam ko naman na very cliched yung finals ito. Baka nga manalo pa sila Ciampa dito. parang ganun yung feeling ko na baka sila Ciampa pa manalo, sila Tommaso Ciampa. And then yung Fight Pit naman, pag-usapan natin a little bit yung Fight Pit. Medyo nabitin lang ako on that Fight Pit. I thought in a bit then na baka walang commercial to but they gave us a picture break. Hindi ko tuloy napanood ng ayos yung Fight Pit. Pero wala akong problema sa naging outcome ng Fight Pit kasi Timothy Thatcher is clearly the king of the Fight Pit though. I love the match but the problem, bakit hindi nila nilagyan to ng commercial para mas mapanood namin ng ayos siguro yung Fight Pit match na yun. But still overall, I love the match. Commercials lang talaga yung naging problema ko on that match. And the rest is history for Timothy Thatcher basically. So, let's move on to AEW Dynamite. Konti lang naman to. So, first thing I want to address is meron ng matches na binibuild for Beach Break in 2 weeks. And then, yung isa na sa mga headliner ata nila, yung 6-man tag between The Elite, Jon Moxley, and The Lucha Bros. I don't know it. Yun nga. And then, yung kay Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, hindi yung kasal ni Penelope Ford at ni sino nga ba ito? Ni Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian. And then yung ano ba bang pwede natin i-call dito? Yung tag team challenge ng Inner Circle. Medyo nadidismaya pa rin ako right now. Kasi number 1, Jericho and MJF is not a official tag team. Parang pakiramdam ko they are just teamed up. Nag-team up sila just because they're popular in the AEW. Parang if MJF and Jericho wins that thing, parang mas aangat ng konti yung tag team ng AEW. And kahit sabihin natin napaka-random ng team up nila, parang ang dating sa akin nun is pointless. Number 1, that's pointless. Number 2, it is interesting. Kasi parang ang perspective ko lang doon sa team up na yon is parang nabigyan natin ng mas malaking name yung threat nila sa Inner Circle, I guess. Mas malaking name, mas malaking problema for the Inner Circle, and mas malaking name, mas malaking threat for the Young Bucks, I guess, since sila yung current champions na busy sa The Elite. And then the final thing for Dynamite this week is yung nag-official na sila ng match for Revolution. That's Revolution on March 7, Sunday yon. First pay-per-view nila on Sunday. That's Sting and Darby Allin versus Team Taz. Di ko na sure kung sino yung Team Taz members na magkukumpit dito. Baka si Brian Cage and wait lang, hindi ko naalala. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks yung magkukumpit in a street fight sa Revolution. So, parang ewan ko ano yung naiisip ko about Sting, kasi baka si Sting mag-challenge siya doon sa TNT title sooner than later, since he was called as the King of TNT or the TNT Kingpin, ganon, whatever. Parang ganon yung trato nila kay Sting right now. And yun pa lang isang match for Revolution. Plus yun sa tag team Battle Royale, kung sino yung mananalo sa Battle Royale, they're going to face the Young Bucks at Revolution for the tag titles sa Beach Break yun, sa Beach Break. So basically, that's it for my AEW review. Nothing special on this week's AEW. Wala pang special kasi hindi pa naman Beach Break doon. And medyo nauumay pa rin ako doon sa ending ng Dynamite on that week. And then, let's move on to our sponsors for now. So, that's Lazada. Syempre, same as Shopee. Meron din tayong link dyan for Lazada. That's tinyurl.com/tmtgspx Lazada PH. And mag-guarantee ko naman sa inyo, bago kayo mag-check out, pindutin nyo muna yung link, and then magdiretso kayo sa cart. Diretso yun sa cart nyo, sa app, and then check out nyo yung order nyo. I-guarantee ko yan, darating yun sa bahay nyo, and then I can get a small commission and Podmetrics para magtuloy-tuloy yung podcast natin. Basically, that's Lazada. Malapit na rin ang tutu, ha. Malapit na rin. Sabi ko nga, Lazada. Nasa Lazada yan. Let's move on. So, next natin is meron nata akong gustong ibigay sa pamilya ko soon o sa mga kaibigan ko sooner or later, gagaya ng groceries, gifts, foods, at iba pa. And kayo ay naghahanap ng affordable na same-day delivery platform, buti na lang andyan si Mr. Speedy to help us. And meron silang offer for you. So, get 50 pesos off when you place your first delivery with Mr. Speedy when you use my code Mr. Speedy XTMTGSP. Pwede kayong mag-book ng delivery nyo on their website, mrspeedy.ph, or download their app from the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and on the Huawei App Gallery. The platform is available in Metro Manila, nearby provinces like Cavite and Laguna, I guess, and on Cebu. So, let's move on. Let's move on to our impact review. Basically, konti lang naman ang i-highlight natin dito in impact. So, obviously naman, nakulong na si Taya. Nakulong na po si Taya para sa kaalaman nyo. Ineran yung huling appearance niya on Impact Wrestling. And then, also nandito na rin yung notes na baka mag-team up ulit si Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, and si Matt Cardona. Possible na magti-team up ulit sila. Medyo di ko na napanood ng ayos tong Impact na to. But, fired up dito si Rich Swann, and he will defend the title at Fighter Surrender versus Tommy Dreamer, kasi gusto niya i-defend yung title sa birthday ni ang weird ng reasoning nila, i-defend din ng birthday daw ni versus Tommy Dreamer. I don't know, hindi ko pa na-confirm if that's a hardcore match, since medyo may pagka-hardcore kasi si Tommy Dreamer. Pero i-confirm natin yan by the next few days on the Facebook page and on the Instagram or sa ating Twitter account. Yun, basically that's it for Impact. Di pa ako ganong nakapanood ng Impact this week. Pasensya na kayo for that. And then more wrestling news, obviously. Wala naman tayo sobrang news for Pero let's talk about Ryback a little bit, kasi umiiyak siya sa Twitter right now. I don't need to explain to all of you guys kung ano yung pinaglalaban dito ni Ryback. Pero basically, napaka-bitter niya right now. Parang ang bitter niya sa WWE. And napaka-bitter niya sa parang umasta siya na hindi siya naging part ng WWE on the way he talks like that. Pero in reality, remember, tamod ka lang din ni Vince McMahon, and parang hindi ka magiging sikat without him. Pasensya na kayo, minaputol dyan. Pero the point here is, tamod ka lang din ni Vince. Huwag ka masyadong maglaki ng ulo. Kasi naglalaki ng ulo tong gago na to si Ryback . Kasi feeling ko sooner than later, baka nga matuloy yung sa korte. Plano daw dalhin ni Ryback yung kaso sa korte. And wala akong ideya yung sa mga nangyari kay Mark Henry and kay Ryback. Pero ayoko na rin i-mention dito . Ayoko na rin i-mention, pero I need to mention it kasi for the sake of everybody na gusto maging updated sa nangyari kay Ryback. But still, fuck him. I don't care about him. Kaya di ko na siya minamention ba the last year in the pod. And dun sa mga past niyang rants sa mga podcast niya ata, sa mga product na ginagawa niya, wala man ako pake. So, let's move on also then sa isa pang WWE related. So, backstage, magbabalik na yung backstage na they're going to announce basically the number 1 and number 2 for Women's Royal Rumble and number 30 for the men's. Ang weird lang sa akin is bakit po, what in the hell, ba't natin kailangan tong announcements na to? We don't need those announcements because number 1, nawawala yung surprise sa Royal Rumble, and number 2, what the hell? Andiyan na pala yung backstage. Yun na pala ulit. Akala ko nawala na yung backstage because of the pandemic. And because umalis na rin si Renee. Parang hindi eh. I thought in a bit. Pero ito, hula ko lang. Yung i-announce nila dito is a SmackDown versus Raw sa women's. And then yung men siguro sa Seth Rollins since medyo nauudlot din yung return niya, ganun. Let's see pa din kung ano pa yung pwede mangyari for the Royal Rumble. And then ano pa yung pwede natin sabihin here habang may oras pa tayo. Bago ko i-mention yung mga predictions ko for the Royal Rumble. And yung ano pa pala, naalala ko, wait. So may event ulit ang New Japan for Saturday. Saturday ba? Hindi ko sure. Pero hindi ko siya sure. Mamaya titignan na lang natin for the social media posting. Meron natin laban for the Never Open Weight ata. Hindi ko natignan ng ayos, pero that's a never title. Definitely a never title. Tapos andun si Shingo. Si Shingo ata magde-defend dun. Pero abangan na natin, baka may sama ko din yun sa review for next week's episode on the Royal Rumble thing. Kasi, mark my words guys, if nanalo si Goldberg, I'm not going to do a review for the Royal Rumble. Hindi ko gagawa ng review kahit isang review lang. Hindi ko gagawin ng review yan. Kasi ano yun seriously, I don't care about Goldberg. I don't care about his prime. I don't care everything Goldberg. Parang wala na siya sa prime, seriously. Parang iniisip ko na lang, Goldberg is not here. He is there. Wala tayong pake. So let's move on. Let's move on to my Royal Rumble predictions. We have few matches na na-official na as of recording. So, let's start. Number 1, that's Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg in a mega match for the WWE Championship. Para sa akin, hindi big deal na gawin nilang champion si Goldberg. Anong big deal naman pag ginawa nilang champion? So, no reasons at all that's Drew McIntyre is going to win this match, basically. And then, yung women's tag team titles, Asuka and Charlotte will defend the titles against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So, for me, retain pa din to, retain. I guess, dito na mag-uumpisa yung dissension between Charlotte and Asuka. Baka nga may turn na mangyari dito or baka may mangyaring dissension talaga. Kasi baka mag-compete din si Charlotte for the Royal Rumble match. And sure ko may dissension dito before or after the match between Charlotte and Asuka. Basta sure ko Charlotte and Asuka to. And then next match naman natin is the last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal Championship. Hindi tayo bibiguin sa match na to, panigurado. Kung bibiguin tayo sa WWE title because of Goldberg, dito hindi. I don't think nabibiguin tayo for Goldberg, for God's sake. I love Owens. I love Roman's current run right now. Pero I don't think na i-drop pa nila yung title ni Roman right now kay Kevin Owens. Kasi malaking threat talaga nakikita ko kay Roman right now. On a pay-per-view, parang ang laki niyang threat. Pero pag shows, parang hindi siya threat. Parang ganon yung nakikita ko. So my predictions for that is Roman Reigns will win the title. I-retain niya to. And then, men's and women's Royal Rumble. Ito na lang, hula ko. Pwede ba, kung maglalagay ako 3 pangalan per match, ito muna, yung aking number 30 sa men's, I think that's Seth Rollins. And then, yung top 1 and number 2 ko, baka Bianca Belair and Bayley, if pag-uusapan natin yung dalawang brands. Pero if, hindi naman, baka Bayley or Bianca Belair, and then, yung aking number sa per Raw, baka nga si Nia Jax or Shayna Baszler or even Dana Brooke. Dahil joke lang, baka nga Nia and Shayna, number 1 or number 2. And then, sa SmackDown, baka Bayley or Bianca Belair or both. Since medyo may problema yung dalawa. So naman sa men's, ang prediction ko for number 30 is Seth Rollins. Kasi hindi pa siya nagre-return since nanganak si Becky. And hindi pa siya nagre-return since Survivor Series. So may predictions naman for the winners. 3 per match. Number 1 is Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 2 is Daniel Bryan for the men's. And number 3 is AJ Styles. Pero feeling ko, isang magre-return yung mananalo ng Royal Rumble. Possible si Brock, possible si The Fiend, or even a part-timer, kung sino man part-timer yun. Basta possible ko, part-timer or i-return yung mag-win nitong Royal Rumble sa men's. And then sa women's, it's either Alexa Bliss, pwede rin si Rhea Ripley from NXT, or sino pa ba? Bianca Belair. Malaking threat din si Bianca Belair to win the Royal Rumble for the women's. So yun, basically that's it for today's episode. Follow the podcast on all of the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and on the MTQ Show podcast on the Google Play Store. And then follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's facebook.com/the MTQ Show pod, facebook.com/group/the MTQ Show podcast group. And then Twitter and Instagram at the MTQ Show pod. My personal accounts, AG Penera on Twitter and Instagram. And then yung Discord chat is still there. Yung Patreon natin is still there. I don't have any plans yet for Patreon, but still andun yung Patreon ko. So yun, that's it for today's episode. Basically, wala pong NPA na malaking tiyan. Baka may mga tanga na naman maniwala na NPA yon. May susi na, wala bang nakasusi na NPA? Walang NPA na may kotse at wala ring NPA na nakarelong Rolex. Basically, walang ganun, men. Kung yun yung mga nakita nyo ngayon right now na malaking tiyan, nakasuntok, wala po, hindi po NPA yan. Mga pulpul po yung pulis. So basically, kung gusto niyo mawala yung mga pulpol, check Comelec offices right now. Magpa-register na kayo, guys. Seriously. I think we can save the new generation if boboto tayo ng magandang leader na we want for 2022. That's comelec.gov.ph for more details. So that's it for today's episode. Stay safe, stay raso. Mag-ingat kayo palagi. Andiyan na yung UK variant. Again, stay safe, stay raso. See you on the next episode after of the Royal Rumble. And this week's attention to detail will return yung PH Wrestling in Free TV. Obviously, magra-rants tayo dyan. Yan, basically that's it for today's episode.